Good morning. Today I'm going to be talking about the improvement principle, problem specific, and user centered. Prior to this class, I understood the process of identifying short and long term problems, creating action plans, and evaluative outcomes that would successfully monitor the implementation of my plans. However, since being introduced to the improvement principle, my entire view of how we successfully identify root causes and create systemic changes has transformed my processing as a leader. While the other improvement principles are extremely valuable, when I was first introduced to this principle of problem specific and user centered, I was really mind blown at this idea. How could something be so simple, yet be my biggest pitfall? Hearing the quote from Albert Einstein regarding his view on problem solving created a meta moment in my mind and forced me to critically reflect on the previous improvement projects I had created in my own life. His philosophy was so contradictory to that of my own methodology, where you could figuratively say I spend 5 minutes assessing the problem and 55 minutes thinking of solutions. Engaging in the async work and the course readings, I was enthralled with the problem specific and user centered principle. In learning to improve, the authors explained that the key to success was getting very clear about the specific problem to solve. To begin by observing the actual experiences of the users involved in the specific problem and draw insights from those observations to both understand the problem better, but to visualize a new way of doing the job. When a problem presents itself, it is natural for people to formulate a solution based on their past experiences, professional knowledge, and belief about what seems appropriate. The same was occurring in my own life. I was trying to solve problems the way I had previously solved them at various times in my life. While adjustments were made to best suit the capacity or restrictions of the time, I had a tool belt of previous solutions with a track record of varied success attached to each of them. I tried to adjust my problems to fit a particular solution without determining what the root cause of the problem was prior to throwing a solution at it. This strategy reflects how individuals, groups, and organizations tend to think and act. It can easily lead to a phenomenon that we call solutionitis. Solutionitis is the propensity to jump quickly on a solution before fully understanding the exact problem to be solved. It is a form of groupthink in which a set of shared beliefs results in an incomplete analysis of the problem to be addressed and fuller consideration of potential problem-solving alternatives. When decision makers see complex matters through a narrow lens, solutionitis lures them to an unproductive strategy. Organizations move quickly to implement changes with little understanding of how to accomplish them, modest capacity at best to execute them, and no real evidence to predict what might actually happen. The golden rule is to observe and consult the people on the ground who know the most about the problem. Translating this into practice means that we should pay closer attention to the work our users are actually doing and to what really matters to those who do it. Engaging insights from the job floor can break the susceptibility to solutionitis and the prevailing one-size-fits-all approach. The utilization of a fishbone diagram enables you to search through the depth and breadth of those problems. It requires bringing in diverse perspectives into the organization and asking the tough questions to get to the root of the issue. The diversity of perspectives allows us the best chance at seeing the entire system at play, even though as leaders we must be humble enough to understand that no one person, even ourselves, can truly see the entire system. But by engaging the various users, we have the best chance at identifying the potential root causes. Asking our users to explore the breadth and depth of the issues allows us to understand the complexity of the system in which the problem exists. The key value behind breadth is that when we are attempting to solve our problems, we are better equipped to see the interrelationships that exist within the system and are able to make smarter choices about possible unintended consequences. However, if we miss key pieces within this fishbone diagram, you run the risk of not being able to see all of the interrelationships and as a result are unable to unpack causes effectively to ensure that the diagram is representative of the entire system at play. Looking at my fishbone diagram, I have tried to look at both breadth and depth. And depth to me is really the core of the root cause analysis. Asking myself, have you pulled on all of the issues and identified any potential convergences? Because if we fail to really dig into the causes, the vulnerability that we are creating, is it becomes more difficult for us to prioritize the root causes that are most fundamental to our problem.